Today we've got a bit of a shorter video, but still very useful. This one is just about the nucleus as a super important organelle. So we're going to go ahead and look at the structure of the nucleus, and then we're going to look at an exam question so we can describe the structure and the function of the nucleus. So let's go. Here we've got the nucleus, okay? You can actually also see the rough ER as well, which surrounds the nucleus, because the membrane, the outer membrane of the nucleus is continuous with the membranes of the rough ER. So that's what the green is, if you were wondering. You can see the ribosomes attached to the surface as well. But the nucleus itself, you can see the yellow circle in the middle. So let's start here. Around the outside of the nucleus is what we call the nuclear envelope or the nuclear membrane. And this is a double membrane. So we have two phospholipid bilayers that form the nuclear envelope. In the nuclear envelope, there are nuclear pores, which are literally little gaps in that nuclear envelope. Filling the nucleus itself, we've got the kind of liquid jelly-like or granular substance, which is the nuclear plasm. Now, in the nuclear plasm is where we actually find the DNA. And the DNA is associated with histone proteins. So we call that chromatin. Chromatin is DNA wrapped around histone proteins, if you've not heard that word before. Now, obviously, in eukaryotic cells with a nucleus, the DNA is wrapped around histone proteins and then it forms linear chromosomes. So we'll write that down as well. And as I said, that is found in the nuclear plasm. Inside the nucleus, we also have the nucleolus, which is a dense spherical area in the middle of the nucleus. And we're going to go ahead and think about all the functions now as well. But this would be your simple structure, the components of the nucleus. So the nuclear envelope with nuclear pores, the nuclear plasm, which fills the nucleus and contains chromatin, and then the nucleolus, which is a small spherical area inside the nucleus. So we're going to use this exam question to think about structure and function. It was 4 marks, describe the structure and function of the nucleus. So straightforward AO1, should be able to get all 4 marks, but very few students did. So let's see how you would do. In terms of structure, we can get 1 mark if we say there's a nuclear envelope with pores. You did have to say both. Because and is in bold, you do have to say both. Or we can say the nuclear envelope is a double membrane with pores. But again, you do have to say both to get that mark. There are chromosomes in the nucleus, or there's chromatin in the nucleus, or there's DNA with histones in the nucleus, or as an alternative, they also gave credit for students that said there is nuclear plasm because the chromosomes or the chromatin is in the nuclear plasm. And a 3rd mark for structure, there is a nucleolus, or if we're talking many nuclei, then we'd have many nucleoli, that's just the plural. So the nucleolus, remember, was this kind of spherical area in the middle of the nucleus. Function. Now, students did better on structure than function, I'm going to be honest. Students did not get the function marks. So the nucleus, I mean, we're not going to say it controls the cell's activities, which surprisingly lots of students did, which is basic GCSE, not A-level. You can say it holds or stores the genetic material. Not enough on its own, you do have to say the function. So what does the genetic material do? Well, it codes for polypeptide production, or the DNA codes for polypeptides, or the DNA codes for proteins, or the amino acid sequence, or the primary structure, because the primary structure of a protein is just the order of amino acids. But we need to give them something. Don't just say it contains genetic material, okay? That genetic material is DNA, and DNA determines the order of amino acids in a protein, or the primary structure of a protein. Okay, so give your A-level knowledge, don't just stick to GCSE. DNA replication occurs in the nucleus, one that we all know, but maybe would have not realised we could include that here. But it does, doesn't it? In interphase, DNA is replicated prior to cell division. We also produce mRNA in the nucleus because it's where transcription occurs. which is stage 1 of protein synthesis, where we use one template strand of DNA to make the mRNA copy, which can then go to the ribosomes to be used in translation. We could also say production of rRNA happens in the nucleus, or the production of ribosomes, because this happens in the nucleolus. Yeah, it's where ribosomes are produced, and ribosomes are produced from rRNA, ribosomal RNA. They also are made from protein. Which came first, the ribosome, which contains protein, or the proteins that the ribosomes make? There's a little thinker just to leave you on. So yeah, how many marks do you think you would have got for this one? I'm guessing you would do better on structure than function, because what I saw when I marked this question was students just saying the nucleus controls the cell's activities and the nucleus contains DNA, which was GCSE biology. So we need to step up our game. I hope you found this video useful. Make sure you are subscribed and you've got your notifications switched on so you never miss a video and you never miss one of our free live streams, which we do every single week for A-level biology.